What is going on? To mix it up. Sometimes we do. I did get a. They're just not keeping up with the. This is all related to fish. That's 5. Low here at the top, which means you can also save. Well, this video is probably not coming out for a couple weeks. What is going on, my reefing fan? March here, Fragbox TV. Welcome back to the channel, and happy Thanksgiving if you're watching from the United States. Black Friday sales, all that fun stuff. I am very thankful for you guys, the viewers. I'm very thankful for my staff. I'm very thankful for Vitalis Fish Food. This stuff is the best, you know, to mix it up. Sometimes we do pellets, sometimes we do flakes. Feed Vitalis. It's never a mistake. Did I just come up with the company's slogan right there? Bam. Okay, but today's video is not about the world's best fish food. We're gonna put that away. It's about the world's best wave maker as well. Let's call them gyre makers. What should we call them? I really like them. AI, Aqua Illumination Orbits. Now, full disclaimer, I did get a free one for this video. I'm gonna be setting up 4. So I bought 3 of them. I got a free one, and I'm gonna do the video in exchange for that free one. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But that being said, they didn't ask me, I asked them. Why? Because I absolutely love not just the Orbit, the Neros, the Access, the Primes, the Hydras, the Blades. I love the products. I think that they make some of the best because of the app. And I've been using the Orbits here to get really, really good flow on this tank. I love the pattern. I love the way they circle the flow this way. But for me, really, I have no patience with technology. I'm like an old fart. I just want things to work and connect, and I just get very upset very quickly. I have to channel my inner Jesus sometimes with some products, like, not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna focus in on the one I hate the most. But with these guys, I never ever have that problem. This quite good. Actually, I don't use the Mobius. I prefer this one, the My AI app, but you can use both. And one of the cool things with these pumps is you can even connect it. See this little thing here, MXM? You can connect your Orbits with this little fancy orange box to your Neptune. If you decide you want to run it through your Neptune, you use this. If you want to run it through your Ecotech app, you use Mobius. Or if you're like me and you prefer I think the best one, then you use the My AI. So it's kind of cool because one pump, you actually get 3 different ways to program it to make it happen. These, I used gyres for a long time, almost 5 years before they all started to crap out. And let me just say that 5 years for anything in the saltwater hobby is quite good. I can't be upset. This is my last remaining gyre, XF. I believe this is a 250. And then once this one goes, I'm gonna replace that also with another Orbit. I'm actually slowly retrofitting the whole store. As my Neptune waves stop working, I'm moving them to Orbit. In this tank we have a combination of Jibao Chinese powerheads and Tunzi, but they're just not, why is this door stuck? They're just not keeping up with the demands of the tank. I want more flow. I want more throughout the tank. I'm seeing detritus settle. Throw that in there. I'm seeing crap building on the bottom, and it's just not enough. I'm also seeing detritus settling on some of the frags. So that's really what told me that there's not enough flow in this tank. So my trusty Apex feed mode A, which is really nice. It just kills all the flow in the store for 20 minutes. If you ever hear us in the shop, we yell out, "Hey Tara, hey Mike, press feed mode A." What we're saying to each other in our little lingo is turn off the flow so that the customers can get a better top-down experience and see what they're buying. So this is what I meant by detritus is kind of settling, and it's a little unsettling. Right there, you see this on the Burning Banana Stylocanella. It just got a lot of gunk, and we actually have it on our to-do list to go and turkey base, to kind of take it, literally a turkey baster, and blow all the gunk off because it's settling, and then we run into some problems like that. Tissue recession, right there, look at the scoli on the end, very, very bad. And this is all related to flow. We want more current to keep that stuff moving so that the corals are able to clean themselves, or so that they get cleaned passively by the current. And that is all really done by flow. Current, I think, is the most underrated in reef tanks. I don't think a lot of hobbyists realize how much water movement there is in the ocean. Maybe you've done a drift dive, maybe you do understand. It's powerful. I think current is probably more important than light, and we put so much emphasis on the lights and getting super strong. We're probably over illuminating. A lot of these corals are found 30, 60, 80 feet deep, really deep, super, super blue light. But anyways, that's that's a whole nother video. I'm getting super sidetracked. Let's open this thing up, and I want to show you how easy it is to install and why it is my preferred pump for just about every tank, but also here for the store. Okay, let's unbox. It is not the most amazing box, but it works. It holds it. One thing I'm not crazy about, I understand it is the brand color, is these. I would love, if there was an option to change these to black, I would totally do it, just because I like that seamless look. I like when everything is blacked out, and the green, it's gonna get covered in Coraline anyway, so I'm just nitpicking, but I like when you can't really see any pump or anything like that. You know, these ones are black. Just a little piece of unsolicited criticism, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, maybe we're gonna give Ray the gyre to set up when we get the tripod. Boom, that's it. They are installed. Ray did a great job. Really shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to get them hooked up on the tank. Now, all wave makers are gonna move water. You know what? They'll kind of do the same job. I really like the pattern of this one, but like I said at the beginning of the video, the real selling feature for me, because I have so little patience, is this right here. Now I want to connect them with you guys in real time so that you can see how easy it is. Okay, we're creating a new tank because I don't have any installed on what we call T3. For us, T stands for tank, and 3 because it's the third one in a row. Wow, so imaginative. Look at that. Oh my god, they're ready to go. I want this one and this one. This is what I mean by easy. If you value your time and you value your mental sanity, this is probably the pump for you. Also, I've never done a warranty on one of these. I don't carry any replacement parts. I really like the Ecotech MP10s and MP40s, MP60s. Maybe you're watching this video and trying to decide on what type of flow for your tank. I'm just gonna say this. Although they're really cool, I'm gonna let that update while I give you this little side segment brought to you by ADHD. Although they're really cool, and the motor is on the outside, and they're freaking awesome. It's a great design. I do carry wet side assemblies. What does that mean? These are this part right here that stays in the tank. We carry them, and we sell quite a few of them. I always keep them in stock. Not 1, not 2, 3, 4, quite a few of them, and they sell every week. I'm just gonna say that. They are awesome pumps, but there is some service required. It's kind of like, you know, on a car, you gotta change the tires, you gotta change the oil. On the Orbits, I haven't had to change anything so far, and we get very little complaints. I'm using the 4. Actually, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. They have a smaller version, if your tank isn't massive, which is the 2. I believe the difference is 4,000 liters? Hold on. 20 to 120 gallons. No way. Do not put this on a 20 gallon. I'm sorry, guys. This is not a good rating. I would say this is probably 50 to 120 plus, and then if you're 50 gallons or smaller, then go with the Orbit 2. I know manufacturer has whatever ratings. I've used them though. Okay, this is, look how quick that was. We got the update done. We did our little side segment while it was updating. It is configuring devices, whatever that means. Oh my god, look at this. We're in. See how easy that was? Now I want to set up a schedule for flow. So I'm going to go to flow here at the top. Orbit. I want it to be random. Look how easy this is. I want random flow. And I don't want constant speed anymore. I'm going to delete it. Press delete. And we're going to press random. I want it to be very random. I want it to be a minimum of 20%. And I want it never to go higher than 50%. And I'm going to hit done and save. And Bob's your uncle. That's it. That's what I want to show you guys. How easy they are to set up, to install, but most importantly for me at least is to program. You're buying a smart pump, it's got to work, it's got to connect, and I never have trouble connecting. The app always works for me. Another nice feature is this. When you go to the dashboard, you have a couple really easy options. Set the schedule. If you want to run the pumps, let's say super strong, you want to blow detritus away, you can run them for 1 minute, 10 minutes. You can do feed mode, which will slow them down so you can feed your fish, or you can turn them off completely. I usually recommend pressing feed mode so you don't forget, and you can even set what strength. If you go here, settings, and then under feed mode, you can actually set the strength of your feed mode. Maybe you don't want it completely down. You get to pick. You get to decide actually the strength. I think that's pretty cool. And you can also set the time. So you can set how long do you want the feed mode to be. All done. I'm very happy. Our corals are happy. Everyone's happy. It's Thanksgiving today. Happy Black Friday, which means you can also save. Well, this video is probably not coming out for a couple weeks. One other thing before I let you go, I like that these are adjustable. So what does that mean? You can rotate these parts. So you could blow, let's say on this side, you could blow water this way, but on this one, maybe you want to blow up for some reason. So you can almost get two different places to blow water. They're quite static. You can't really turn them the way you can, you know, like some power heads, they can move on a knuckle, kind of like a ball joint. These are a little more static, they're fixed, but you can rotate these. So I usually use them. This is a very different setting than you'd have at home. Having a frag setup like this, a large, what we call a frag bed or frag table, 200 gallons. I really want to keep the bottoms clean, so I blow as hard as I can that way. And then I also get that residual gyre effect coming back over. So it's just constantly doing this. Sorry if you're getting motion sickness. And it's keeping the bottoms of the tank clean. It's keeping the corals clean. It's also keeping the racks clean, which is really important too. On this tank, it just does a phenomenal job. I'm gonna add, I think, 2 more over here. And then like I said at the beginning of the video, as these ones begin to die, these Neptune waves are coming up on 6 years. So shout out to Neptune, some great pumps. I believe they're just rebranded Sicce pumps, but it doesn't matter because they did the job. These will all eventually be orbits, orbits, orbits. Everywhere you go, you orbit the store, you're gonna find an orbit. Okay, I think that's it, guys. We're gonna leave you alone and hopefully you had fun. And hopefully we'll see you back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Jeez. Bye, guys.